Welcome back to the Midnight Library tonight. As stars scatter across the velvet sky and the world gently fades to quiet, we welcome you to another peaceful voyage in the Midnight Library, a place where wisdom rests alongside dreams. Here, we transform the world's greatest books on self-development, business, politics, and the human spirit into calming sleep stories. Crafted especially for subconscious learning, our stories help you drift into slumber while absorbing thoughtful ideas that support your waking life. Tonight's story is especially gentle. It's based on Sexual Intelligence by Marty Klein, a book that tenderly unwraps the myths and pressures surrounding intimacy. This is not a lesson in technique or performance. Rather, it's an invitation to let go of shame, comparison, and impossible ideals, and to embrace intimacy as an emotional, present, and deeply human experience. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The quiet pressure of performance. Imagine preparing for a romantic moment. You light candles, cue soft music, maybe even recall tips you've read online or heard in passing. And yet, despite the ambience, the experience feels more pressured than pleasurable. You start to wonder, am I doing this right? Do I look okay? Is my partner enjoying this? Or just going along with it? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people find that intimacy feels less like connection and more like a performance, and this quiet pressure often begins not in the body but in the mind. We're taught that sex should be effortless and exciting, full of fireworks and flawless moves, but the truth is, this idea of normal sex is built on comparison, statistics, and external ideals. It rarely reflects the real, varied, and emotional experiences people actually have. Marty Klein offers us a softer, wiser approach. He calls it sexual intelligence. It's not about how often you're intimate or how long it lasts. It's about whether you feel safe, connected, present, and able to express what you truly want or need. The first gentle truth is this: good sex begins with understanding yourself. When we stop performing and start exploring our own feelings, boundaries, and desires, we shift from insecurity to authenticity, from judgment to acceptance, from pressure to peace. So tonight, as you rest, let this idea settle in your mind. You don't need to be impressive, you just need to be real. Chapter 2. The Gift of Emotional Presence. Think of a time when things didn't go smoothly, when something unexpected interrupted a moment, a shift in mood, a sudden laugh, a feeling of awkwardness. Now imagine responding with patience, humour, or a gentle touch instead of panic or retreat. This is what sexual intelligence looks like in practice. Not perfection, but presence. Sex isn't a performance to perfect. It's an experience to be lived, moment by moment. Emotional readiness, being present, curious, and connected, is far more important than physical prowess. Marty Klein reminds us that confidence isn't about having a perfect body or knowing special tricks. It's about kindness and menace, emotional maturity, and a willingness to be open, to adapt, to let go of control and tune into what feels honest. So much pressure comes from trying to live up to images we've absorbed, whether from movies, media, or old expectations. But tonight, let those images fall away. Here in the quiet of your own mind, you're free. You're not required to be anyone other than your beautifully imperfect self. Let that be enough. Let it be more than enough. Chapter 3. Redefining what counts. Another trap many fall into is the idea that only one kind of sex counts, the kind that ends with intercourse. That anything else is less important, less valid, or less satisfying. But what if true pleasure comes from exploration, not destination, not choreography? When we rank sexual acts, we turn intimacy into a ladder, and too often we feel like we're stuck on the wrong rung. But sex, real soul-filling sex, doesn't have to follow a formula. Klein gently dismantles this hierarchy. He shows that touch, closeness, and affection are not just warm-ups, they are the experience, a long, gentle massage, shared laughter, a look that says, I see you. These moments are not less than. They are everything. Tonight, as your body rests, imagine a world where you no longer measure connection by outcomes, where pleasure is enough, even in stillness, even in silence. Let that vision lull you deeper into rest. Chapter 4. Letting go of shame and shoulds. One of the most liberating messages of sexual intelligence is this: you're allowed to define your own version of sexy. We spend so much time trying to match others' definitions, what a real man does, how a desirable woman should look. These stories are old, heavy, and rarely written with our actual selves in mind. But what if bringing your partner a warm cup of tea, or giggling at an awkward moment, or offering a reassuring smile during intimacy was just as erotic, just as valid? Klein invites us to write our own definitions, to choose connection over comparison, to let go of the magazine spreads and movie scenes and lean into what feels right here and now. In doing so, we reclaim something sacred, ourselves. And in this soft light of self-acceptance, everything becomes more possible, more nourishing, more real. Chapter 5, The Myth of the Sexual Peak. Many people worry they've missed their sexual prime, that it came and went in their 20s or never arrived at all. This idea is misleading. Sexual peak is not a fixed point on a timeline. It isn't defined by hormones or magazine quizzes. Your peak can be now, if you feel connected, curious, and at peace with yourself. Or it may still be ahead, because you're still growing, learning, opening. Like an athlete who loves the game more in midlife than in youth, your experience can deepen, not fade. What you lose in raw energy, you may gain in wisdom, confidence, and emotional depth. This is a beautiful truth. You have not passed your prime. You're in it right now. And as your breath slows and your eyelids grow heavy, allow this truth to root itself deep in your heart. You are enough. You are learning. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Final reflections. Tonight's story has offered a quieter kind of wisdom, one that asks less of you and gives more. Sexual intelligence, as Marty Klein shows us, isn't about being impressive, it's about being present. It's not about achieving milestones, it's about creating meaning, and it starts with you. As you rest tonight, release the performance, dismantle the comparisons, let the idea of normal dissolve. In its place, allow truth, gentleness, and curiosity to bloom. May your dreams be filled with connection, not just with others, but with yourself. And remember, you are always welcome here at the Midnight Library, where the wisdom of the world waits softly by your bedside. Good night and sweet dreams.